Yeah. And that takes ages.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Aidan.
Welcome to this week's meeting of Essex Business Forum. I'm Aidan Squire. I'm your chairman. I get you through the agenda, and with that, and with the assistance of the leadership team. Leadership team, be upstanding and introduce yourselves.
Hello everybody, Jane Manley of the Membership Committee Chairperson.
Good morning, I'm Paul Corrigan, I'm your Social Secretary.
Good morning all. Terry, I do membership and recruitment, standing, Scott, who does facts, things and stuff. Here.
And then I stand in for it until he gets back, which hopefully will be soon. Thank you all. Please be seated. Right. Getting the meeting underway then, we always start off with a performance lead. So, Terry. No, Elizabeth, he's still chewing. I didn't realise he had to chew it that much.
And doing his job. So, we are last week of the 5-week month, and we've got lots of stats here. So I'm going to pass them around. Read them. You can get excited or not, so take my drink. John, you're winning.
I love the build-up.
Yeah.
This is it.
Scott second, and then Paul. But special mention, I did say special mention to play with 1 point behind the rest, so it's very close. You can grab and you might win. I can't grab it,
Yeah, that's brilliant. If you want to get it, if you want to win, like, do it today.
Yeah.
Right. The education presentation today. It was going to be Scott, but he's away, so you're stuck with me. I want to tell you about the blog, how it works. Firstly, at the end of this meeting, there'll be a video that comes in, which Mike manages. He takes that away, sorts it out, sends it into Scott. I go away, I get into the office, Terry wards off the clients whilst I set out and do the blog. I then send that to Scott, he puts it together, he publishes it. About 2 years ago, I got a telephone call from a friend of my daughter's who's in business. She often recommends me, she's very nice of her. And he got on, but he wouldn't talk to me about doing legal work. He wanted to know whether there was a position for him in EBF. So I chatted to him, and as it was, he was in a category that was already filled. When I look at the returns on the blog and your comments, I get the impression that only about 7 or 8 of you read the blog. And I'm not trying to be an influencer or a meme, or me as I used to call it. We're doing it for a purpose. We're doing it for a purpose that will help all of us, and that's to get it out there. The story about this friend of mine is I said to my daughter afterwards, I said, how did he find out about this? He said, well, she said, I read your blog every week. And I said, how do you do that? Do you go to the website? She said, no, Terry shares it, and therefore I pick it up every week. And she had passed this on to him, and he got on his meeting. Didn't work on that occasion, but it was out there. If there's more than 7 of you who read the blog, I'd like to think you would make comments, because you score points if you make comments. But what I'd much more like you to do is not only make a comment, but share it. Because if you share it, it will get out there. And getting out there means I can get known without killing a cat. And it means that EBF is out there. And the very simple equation is that the more people we have as members, the more referrals you will get, the more your seat is worth. So that's my education today, followed by Terry membership matters.
Just following on from what Aidan said, putting it along and see it. It's really easy to share it, right? If you don't have to ask you, but it's really, really hard to do it. It's easy to make. Not great. There's boxes on there, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, whatever. It's really easy to share it. You just got to put your comment in and share it, and it's done. And the reason it's good is, same as Aidan, I've got people I know actually around the world who follow it because they want to see what we're doing here. I know it's a bit weird, but a friend of mine in New Zealand came over recently. She said, "No, I love watching it. I love following features." So, hello, Mark. I did be asleep at the minute, but works much. But yeah, so please do make the effort to comment on it, but also share it, because the more people that see it, I've actually had recommendations from that. Might get prospective members from it, so just share it. It's really easy to do. You don't have to do it after you're asked, like,
Yeah, also.
membership matters, yeah, delighted that we've got an application in from David. Membership committee are working on it. I don't know how they are. Yeah, they're working on it tonight today, and have a new member very shortly. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Terry. Right, we approach the 60-second round. The winner was Toby last week. People were listening out carefully. I'm going to get these moving round. That's the business card box. Make sure you're adequately represented in there, and put in your bits of paper into that. Right. So as that goes round, we start the 60-second round. We need the fans on, so unless you want me to turn them off so that you can all hear, speak up and give them 60 seconds. And as always, we'll start off with Toby, because you'll be listening out carefully for the rest of you. So Toby kicks it off, and he's followed by Mike.
I think we should all say hello to Mark. So we'll say Mark. Hi, Mark. So somebody said to me a while ago that I'm still saying the same stuff that I was saying 6 years ago when they first met me, and I absolutely agree with them, because the fundamentals of business don't change. No need to reinvent the wheel. The entrepreneur formula is still the same. We start with mindsets and getting a crystal clear vision of what you want your business to do for you, so you can reverse engineer that into a plan. We look at client avatars, understanding exactly who it is that you want to buy your product and service. We then get a really clear value proposition, your message, the difference you're going to make in those people's lives. We then look at marketing strategy, getting the right message to the right people, and then that leads on to those sales conversations that transition from prospect to business. That is the entrepreneur formula. Hasn't changed, never will change. Business is simple. The fundamentals haven't changed. So if you know anybody that's struggling with the fundamentals of business, please put them in touch with them. Thanks very much.
Toby, Mike, you're next.
Hello, Mike from Brentwood Media, doing all your voiceover video and drone content. As I mentioned to a few of you earlier, I'm actually going away for a few weeks again in about 2.5 weeks' time. I'm going to be taking a laptop with us, so we'll do editing while I'm away and that sort of thing. But this week I'm really looking for any of you that have been thinking about getting any photos, any video done for a while, haven't got around to it yet, whether it's you've got any new staff members looking to get their photos updated for the website, got any Hilton products coming out and want to get done before I go away. Yeah, basically looking for any little jobs like that and wants to get booked in quickly before I disappear for a few weeks. And hopefully I can either get a very quick turnaround or get them registered while I'm away and it'll all be ready for you soon after. So yeah, that's me, Mike at Referrals Round. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Sally, you're next, and you're followed by Steve.
Morning everyone, Sally from Milan Home Fragrances. I just wanted to say about customisation for your business with luxury candles, and in particular for any sponsored events that you might be involved in, working with charity or local grassroots organisations. Because at the end of the day, when you give away your merch, I was talking to Steve about it, like a gilet or a polo shirt or a set of golf balls or a bottle of champagne, it's gone within seconds or it's thrown in the cupboard and goes with everything else that you've already got. When you give a luxury scented candle, it does two things. It creates an emotional connection, fragrance to the day and to the event, and it also creates a positive memory between your brand and that particular day. And it goes on and on and on because people continue to smell and see. People often put them on their kitchen islands or on their console tables, and it becomes a talking point with friends for nations. So I'm looking for businesses that are perhaps involved in sponsorship events that might be interested in collaborating.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sally. Steve, you're next, and you're followed by John.
Well, morning guys, Steve Chilton from ELB, account director. Yeah, essentially it's just reminding people we are at the bottom of the stock market at the moment, which essentially means insurance prices are probably as competitive as they will be. So essentially, if you know people that are not getting the service delivery from their insurance, existing broker, or they're not really actually seeing any savings on their insurance, come and speak to me. At the moment, I think I've gone on for every single inquiry I've actually had over the last 3 months. To the point where I don't have as much time as I would like to be able to spend time on these, but essentially everything that's actually coming over is being converted, clients are getting saved cheap, they're getting more cover. If you're not getting the service you need, come and speak to me and I will see what I can do for you. That's it.
Steve, John, you're followed by Sylvia.
Good morning, everybody. I'm John Hammond from JMH Technology. Like I said before, we install all the electronic security keys. We're doing a lot of work at some Steve deals at that, because a lot of these keep driving into the barriers. So I'm looking for more work like that, more repetitive work, whether it's a CCTV system that needs looking at, whether it's the intruder alarm, or whether it's car park gates or barriers. CCTV is really important because you never look at it. It's not like the intruder alarm that you set it looking like. The only time you look at your CCTV is when you've got a problem. So don't leave it to them. Make sure you check it out, make sure it's recording. Give us a call, we can do it for you. But we can also hook it to the internet so it sends you alerts out to say something wrong. And that way you fix it before you cause the problem. That's John Hammond from JMH Technology, applying to the technology industry.
Thanks, John. Sylvia, you're followed by Paul Torrick.
Good morning, everyone. Sylvia from S&K. So we're in the process of becoming a group contractor for a construction company there with the workers new buildings. And the reason is because we've done a couple of urgent cleans for them, final cleaning of the new buildings called diamond cleaning, and they were really impressed with what we've done, the quality of work, the report we've done, and really detailed images we sent to them, and we recorded even dirty towels in the toilet. And what is really additional thing for other companies, additional service reporting and making sure everything is ready for the new homeowners to get in. For us, it's just the basic. So I'm looking for any connection with construction companies or any facility managers, so we can help them as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sylvia. Paul, you're followed by Blake.
Paul Corrigan from Solitaire. Plumbing and heating side of the business is ticking along. It's quiet as it always is this time of year. But the air conditioning is just on mental. It's literally. It always does, yeah. People just react when it's freezing cold, they need heating, when it's boiling, they need aircon. But we're doing many surveys at the moment, and we're winning many jobs, which is great. We just cannot get the units at all. It's impossible. I reckon now, I think to get Bosch unit, you're looking at December time for the next Bosch unit. So we've moved on to LG, but yeah, we're having issues with them as well. So yeah, so basically my advice, if you want aircon, then just be proactive for next summer. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Paul. Blake, followed by Catherine.
Morning, everyone. I'm probably not going to look at it today, I'm blinded by the sun in one eye. This week, I'm looking for looking for you guys to look for me at any businesses or individuals that are asked about AI. I'm looking to do some more AI training. I can give them workbooks. I've created a workbook for a couple of people in here on how to properly create a prompt to get the best response. So if anyone mentions to you this week they're looking at using AI for business, point them in my direction. And this week I'm focusing on turning, is anyone watched Iron Man and use Jarvis in Iron Man? I'm looking at creating that for my smart home. So in the next couple of weeks we'll be having, hopefully, have a wife with Jarvis to show you all. Cool. But yeah, well, that'll work.
Thank you, Blake. Catherine, you're next. Followed by Carl.
Morning everyone, Catherine Foley, talking about English Writer Plus this week. I'm going to finish what I didn't manage to finish last week. So I'm launching these writing packages, and I'm hoping that none of you are getting round to it, as Toby said last week, and that this will actually help you. So there's 3 services. Foundation is a one-off service where you just pay for my service by the hour. I'm £65 an hour for my writing. There is a maintenance package where you could commit to 4 hours of my time per month, which is 240, so do the math, it's a bit cheaper that way. Or an Elevate service, which is 8 hours per month at £440. Obviously, that's a bit cheaper as well. I'm not going to do the times tables for you. And you can choose what you'd like me to do. So I can be doing proofreading, editing, writing new content for you, making sure your content is accessible to your customers and that they understand your technical speak, making sure your content is written in the oh God, I'm not going to fit it in again. Suitable for AEO, GEO, LLMO, do case studies, blogs, anything you like. So if you're interested, it'd be fantastic because I would love to promote this by saying I've actually already got some customers. At the moment, only Terry. Thank you very much. I'll throw you next time.
Clara, you're next, and you're followed by Stuart.
Good morning, all. Clara down to Mortgages and Financial Services. So today I was just going to sort of talk to you about kind of the planning side of things. I think people forget really from a mortgage side of things that actually the more you can plan, the more you can kind of consider what might be your options, consider how you might approach things. It actually really can make a difference as to what your options are, how you can approach the sort of the buying process kind of thing, and that actually understanding what you can afford and how you can afford it and what that looks like can be really fundamental to then taking it forward in the most sort of cost effective but also the most manageable way. Because I'm seeing more people who have got themselves into trouble from not sort of considering things, and it's very important to consider what that looks like on a monthly basis, how that's going to be broken down with everything else that you've got to do, and I can kind of help to illustrate all of this for clients. So if you know anyone who is thinking about maybe moving in the foreseeable future or just wants to have an idea of what it might look like, put them my way and I can chat everything through with them. So Clara down to Mortgages and Financial Services.
Thank you very much, Clara. Next up is Stuart, who's followed by Dave.
Good morning, everybody. It's Stuart from LG Networks. You'll often hear me stand up and talk about all the different services we do, like voice over internet services, IT services, internet services, that sort of stuff. And that's all well and good, but it's only as good as the network that it runs in. So all of our wireless devices connect back to wireless access points, which are all hardwired back to the data cables, back to the data centers. Unless that wireless network is set up and built properly, you're not going to get the best out of your devices or your internet service. If that, you can have a perfectly configured Wi-Fi access point, if the cable that is running that access point is compromised, not installed properly, again, you're going to see loss in your service. That's what we're doing at the moment. All over the country, we've got, we did do a big store in Brentwood at the moment, recabling the whole store, upgrading all their cabling infrastructure and their Wi-Fi networks. If you know any businesses, stores, anything like that, that's looking for an upgrade on their Wi-Fi and their cabling, please let me know, Stuart, your generals.
Thank you very much, Stuart. Dave, you're followed by Terry.
Morning, everybody. Dave from Local Electrical, based in Brentwood. Just want to give you a little bit of a reminder of what we actually do. We install brand-new lights in, we do wiring for garden buildings, so people use for home offices, stuff like that. Extra sockets and rooms, so you know, extension leads, rewires, we consumer units, full finding and also testing. This week, what I'm really after is people who want to maybe save some money on their electricity bill by installing a home battery. So the batteries will charge up overnight on the low rate electricity, and then that stored energy is used through the day to reduce your bills. So anybody who's looking to save money on their electricity bills, please give a call, come down and through free review of your bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dave. Terry, you're next. You're followed by Howard.
Yeah, good morning again, everybody. Terry Manning from CM Law. So one of the sort of scenes I'm confronted with my various clients in turn up. But the point of this is the number of injuries is rising in this country, personal injuries, but claims have fallen dramatically, like big time. Almost a third of adults at some point have been harmed due to someone else's negligence, but 7.5 million of these people have never sought justice. What it's about is there's been policies from the government filtered through to insurers, and then trying to suppress claims, and they're doing a very good job of it. Insurers regularly, when I send them details of the claim, they regularly try and bounce the claim out. This is even more so at the minute with the rise of e-scooters and e-bikes. It's an upcoming area. So if you know anyone who's been involved in a personal injury claim, and they're a bit dubious about bringing a claim, it doesn't have to be an e-scooter or e-bike, but that'd be interesting. Give them my details, I'll be delighted to help them alter these statistics. Terry Maley, TM Law.
Thanks very much, Terry. Howard, you're next, and you're followed by Jane.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
When clients come to me to talk about retirement planning, I'll ask them two main questions. When do they want to retire? What's their target date? And how much income are you looking to generate? And when I ask about income, I ask them two things. I want to try and think about how much income would they like versus how much income do they need. They could be two very different things. You need to pay your bills and put food on the table. That's it. Well, a lot of people want to do more than that when they retire. They want to go for dinner, they want to go on holiday 5 times a year, or what knows. So, if they can articulate that as accurately as possible, I can really just an effective plan. And the first thing I do is make sure they can get the income they need. We can sit that across straight, and then we can work on getting to that next high level, the actual income they'd like to have.
Thank you, Howard. Jane, you're followed by me, who's followed by Paul.
Hello everybody, Jane from the English Green Tea Company. Would you raise your hand, please, if you are on LinkedIn? Would be good to say if you're not. If I send out a link later for LinkedIn, would you be kind enough to share my post? Because as you know, I'm trying to sell my company. Doesn't mean you get rid of me, but I do want to sell the company. And this is one way of spreading the word. And you might know all sorts of people who know all sorts of people. It just might be the thing. It doesn't necessarily need to be a baker or a farm shop owner or somebody who likes baking cakes, because we have IP that's valuable and trademarks that are valuable, and it might be somebody in the Middle East that wants to go ahead. But if I send that link to you, would you do me a favour and spread it on? I thank you.
Spread it on, that's this time as well.
In the Middle East, Jane,
Yes.
is it cream first or
It's
Jam.
as much as
as much
possible.
as you can stuff down? I've got him. Okay, being smart and TM Law. I deal with contracts, all types of contracts. Leases, commercial leases, contracts of employment, trading contracts, terms and conditions, shareholders agreements. What I'm doing is helping businesses regulate themselves, both externally and internally. Not only do I do that job, but it's my job to make sure that the business owner understands what they're getting themselves into, understands the process, understands the contract. So, time spent with me is time well spent. Being smart, TM Law. Well,
Yeah, morning, Paul Boone from Boone & Co. Two types of referrals I'm looking for this week, please. Both of which are very popular. People who get letters from HMRC saying for the first time you need to complete a tax return. Typically it's people who earn a lot of interest from the banks and building societies. They haven't completed tax return, so they need some help. Secondly, people who form a limited company themselves, maybe been trading 6 months, 9 months, whatever. Haven't got a connected accountant, they need to have their accounts prepared, tax advice, etc. So both are good types of referrals. Thank you. It's probably the boom code in one place.
thanks, Paul. That leaves us with only one person, our potential new member.
Hey.
David, give us 60 seconds.
Good morning, David Rose from Comprehensive Removals and Storage Limited. Specialise in high quality domestic and commercial removals throughout Essex, London, and across the UK. Whether it's a family home or business relocating its offices, our focus is on providing professional, reliable and stress-free move from start to finish. This week, what I want to mention to you is that what sets us apart from most other removal companies is that we're members of the British Association of Removers, known as BAR. To achieve BAR membership, companies meet very rigorous standards undergo regular independent inspections, complying with strict code of practice. To our customers, this means peace of mind while they're using a trusted, reputable and professional accredited removal company. We're particularly keen to build relationships with estate agents, solicitors, property professionals, office fit-out companies and businesses that regularly come into contact with people who are moving. If you know anyone who would be planning a move or an office move, I'll be delighted to have a conversation with them. Thank you.
Well done. Okay. That's the end of the 60-second round. Tony.
Very good, David. Can't win it yet. Yes, some good things, some things on planning today. Clara talked about planning, Howard talked about planning, the wants and the needs. But I'm going to give it to Sylvia today. Not only congratulations on doing such an excellent job, you got that group contract thing, also excellent call to action at the end. So there you go.
Well done, Sylvia. Thank you very much indeed. Excellent. Right. We approach the 10-minute presentation. Howard Bullock of Clear Financial Advice.
Thank you very much. Today we're going to talk about how we invest money for our clients. How we invest most of the money for our clients. Not all the money goes into this proposition, but it works for about 70% of the money we place. But first, let's make it all about me. I've got a very happy family life. I've got a great wife who hasn't kicked me out. I've got 2 kids who still talk to me, and 2 dogs that think that anything I do is utterly genius. That's quite nice. I started my career on the life floor, the financial futures floor. I was a trader for about 12 years. That closed down. I fell into this game by pure accident. I'm on there somewhere. It's like mission, where's Wally? That guy there. And while I was there, I disappeared and went around the world for a year. That was great fun. I started this line of work in the year 2000. I started the company in 2006. We looked after about 100 million, just over that. And we are top rated on the Sunday Times newspaper, which is something really clever. It's voted by our clients. They leave comments, that gets repeated. That goes in the rankings. And we're really proud of that. We've been doing that for about 6 years. We've been top rated. We do all kinds of financial planning. There are a couple of bits we don't do, but most of the work we do centres on investment and retirement planning. That's the vast majority. I do a healthy amount of inheritance tax planning as well, but most of it is pure investment and retirement planning. When we've been investing money for clients or talk about retirement planning, we talk about their objectives, their circumstances, like you do when you're talking to your clients, same thing. We put a lot of emphasis on risk. How should that money behave? What should the journey look like? We all want to make as much money as we possibly can when we're investing, but you've got to be happy with the ups and downs along the way. And then you put together an investment solution. So we've got a core belief when we're investing money. And we want not just diversification of assets, we want diversification of how that money is managed. We don't manage the investments. We outsource that to people that, well, that's all they do. We do lots of other things. So we outsource the actual investment management of it. And if this is what, excuse me, it boils down to, there we are, active management and passive management. Active management is really when you have a fund manager deciding what to buy and sell. And that's probably what you imagine a fund manager does all day. Maybe a bit more than flip a coin, do some research and have meetings and try to lock in investment philosophy. The other side of the coin is passive investment. Passive investment, you all have a tracker, something that tracks the FTSE 100 or the S&P 500. Passive investment is where you have no investment decision being made by a fund manager. You just get what the market gives you. Okay? We've got Passive Plus at the moment. These are the 2 companies we use. Currently, at the moment, we've used WellSet for quite some time, and we've just brought on the investment managers. So, I'll talk quickly about. I'm going on with. There There we go. So well select. It's a managed portfolio service. So if you have your pension on a platform, can't use Lansdowne as a platform, we don't use it. But you know what I mean. Then you have access to thousands of funds on Hargreaves on a platform. So well select, we invest in a series of funds on that platform. With these guys, it's typically 40 funds. There's an awful lot going on there, and they'll manage that portfolio of investments. But it's that active process. You've got a guy called Stuart and a massive team of people. They drive the performance of those portfolios, okay, for their active decisions. They look after about 26 billion, and nowadays 26 billion is quite a lot of money. The other one we use, Clever. Oh, sorry, this under the bonnet of Well Select, so you can see some of the funds, and you'll recognise some of them, like NMG, Schroders, BlackRock. There are some companies you won't recognise, but it's a really, really comprehensive proposition. They do a really good job. Then we've got Clever. So the best name we've come up with is Passive Plus. There's no human making the investment decisions, it's all driven by data. So again, it's a managed portfolio service, but they have typically 25 to 30 funds in their portfolios. But the data drives all the changes and all the adjustments that happen in this portfolio. So I'm going to try and explain this without getting too complicated. So there are two steps to what Clever do. The first thing is they'll take a look at every asset class, so UK equities, American equities, European, Japan, gilts, property. They'll analyse all these asset classes, and based on fairly simple data like performance over 1, 3, 5 years, based on that data, they'll give each asset class a score. The higher the score, the more money goes into that asset class. And then they'll do that analysis the following month and the following month. And if the scores of those asset classes changes, or if it's say an asset class reduces in size in their score, they'll take some money away, and vice versa. Step 2 is they'll analyse every fund that invests in every asset class. So on here we've got Asian equities. But this time they'll create a threshold. Let's say it's 150 points. If your fund, if Paul's fund, Paul is an Asian equity fund. If his fund has more than 150 points, they're in the portfolio. Stuart's got more than 150 points. Actually, he's got a lot more. He's this top fund here. Because he's got more points than Paul, not only is he in the portfolio, they'll put more money into Stuart's fund than Paul's. And again, the following month, they'll do the analysis again. If Stuart's score drops, they'll take some money away and give it to Paul and vice versa. If Stuart's score drops below that threshold, indiscriminately they'll just sell it. There's no debate about it. It's all driven by the data. There's no lead fund manager at Clever saying, well, Stuart's this kind of investor, because the market's done this, I can see why it's dropped, but it will come back. They don't give a They'll just sell it, okay? The performance is really good. So the performance of Well Select has been excellent for years. Clever keep pace with Well Select. Really, really good. But you've got very, very diverse ways of looking after money. But how does it do? Are they any good? Oops. There's a grey line in here, under here, you might be able to see. That's the balanced sector average. These are like medium risk portfolios, okay? Both Well Select and Clever have about 14 portfolios with all different degrees of risk, like cautious, medium, and high risk. These are kind of up the middle of the road ones. So that's the balanced sector average in grey. These are ours. So the green one is Well Select, the blue one is Clever. Really, really good, consistently good. And you can see as time goes on, it's stretching away from the average really quite nicely. This orange one, I put on there, this is a company called 7 Investment Management, 7IM. Not really well known in our world, and they're a really well known company. They tell a really good story about how they invest money. But this is what we hear all the time. When we sit down with a new fund manager, what they tell us sounds amazing. They've got this investment philosophy. This is how they go about their business. These are the controls and the structures in place. And it always sounds really amazing. And then we get back to the office and we plug a bit of data and we get this crap. So the story always sounds good, but the data's got to stack it up. Okay? So that's how we invest money. About 70% of the money we invest goes into stuff like this. But it doesn't always work. Sometimes clients need something that behaves completely differently or has different tax treatments. Sometimes we want some more diversity, so they've got a lot of money in these two guys, but we want something else that behaves differently, then we'll go elsewhere. So we're not tied to using that route, we're completely independent of what we do. So that's how we invest money. I just want to have a quick word on pensions. I've mentioned this before, my 60 seconds. This is a big campaign we're doing, and Matt's going to help us just to make all our clients aware, make everyone else aware. As of April next year, pensions become part of your estate for inheritance tax purposes. So if someone dies on the 5th of April, the pension is ignored for inheritance tax purposes. If someone dies on the 6th of April next year, it's included. Okay, and it's a big, major change that's coming. And the tax treatment is going to be really, really awful, or could be really awful. It's not just the 40% inheritance tax you're paying. It could be a lot more than that. If someone passes away over the age of 75, their beneficiary is going to get hit for 40% in IHT. But if they take that into out their pension, they're going to pay income tax as well. So the total tax rate could be almost 70%. Really, really draconian. Ideal clients, people who've got some money is good, but directors, people who are retiring, people who are coming to retirement who are just retired, people who are selling businesses, young families alike, because I'm going to be heavy once for a long time. Young families are great, especially when they've got some money. Any questions? Paul?
Yeah, ethical investing.
Yes.
Pension company. It used to be very popular.
Yes.
The accounting defence stocks, that was a real no-no.
Yes.
What with Ukraine and Iran, have the defence stocks become more competitive in investing? Or?
Not really. No, that hasn't really changed. Ethical investing isn't as popular now, really because of the performance. So up until COVID, there was loads of money flying into it as part of what was going on. Then we had COVID, then we had Ukraine. This is Ukraine here, that started. So we had all this period where the markets weren't really going anywhere. And ethical funds did really badly because they haven't got things they can invest in that are safer to protect investors. They're going to be bought a lot of stuff. So money's been coming out of that world for the last few years. Okay.
I'm interested in the pension side and the taking into account pensions repurposed for inheritance tax.
Yes.
This, in whose action? Presumably, once you have cashed in your pension and you've got investments based on annuities and other investments, and that you're getting an income from your pension.
Yeah.
How is, if there's no residual payment from the pension,
yeah.
So there isn't a question of a spouse getting a lesser amount by way of ongoing pension from your pension.
Yeah.
Is that still taken into account? How is it taken into account?
So annuities are largely ignored because you're getting your income.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say largely ignored. So it's money in the pension. That's what they're after. If you're taking an annuity, it's fine. So if I'm getting my annuity, inheritance tax is ignored if I die.
Right.
If I die and the annuity then goes to my wife,
yeah.
It's ignored because there's no inheritance tax for the husband and wife.
Yeah.
But if I build a 10-year guarantee to the annuity, that means, like, say we die after, say, 7 years, it will carry on paying for another 3. That 3 years, because it's not going to me or my wife, it's going to the kids probably, that is taken into account.
So it's where there's any residual income.
Any residual income from the pension, well, the pensions, because on that bit, but from the annuity, that's not going to the annuitant or his or her spouse, right? That can be taken into account. It's a bastard.
And how is it valued
I think for the, let's say that's not been ready 3 years, and let's say it's 10 grand a year, I think we can tax on 30 grand. I think. Right. 4% of 30 grand, I think.
So, follow on from Paul's question, do you ever get people coming to you say, I want to invest in defence and guns and bombs and things like that?
I only want tobacco, alcohol, drugs. No, not yet. That's disappointing. But there's an opportunity for us then, so
I'm meant to call it better.
So I'm a little worried about board stewards' shares in relation to this, because you said it's based on data.
Yes.
And they're ruthless.
Yes.
Because if you got below the ground.
Yes.
But data presumably is relatively freely available, and other companies must be based on data as well.
No.
Oh.
No. They can't help themselves. So there are lots of passive investment propositions out there. We used to use Vanguard, which is purely passive. You just get a basket of trackers, that's it.
Yes.
Okay? But they're list trusted in a mini budget, and those clients in the cautious versions of that got hit really badly. Because Vanguard just stands on the train tracks waiting for it to come towards it. So we were looking for something that still had that lack of human inputs, but would do something to get off the tracks. And that's what we found in the basket.
So not all companies do that.
Most things are passive that we've come across. You're investing in trackers, but there's a fund manager deciding how much you put in that tracker and how much you put in that tracker.
Yes.
I mean,
And that's differential.
yeah, this is really unique. I'm sure someone will copy it at some point, or not.
And all our staff that are involved into like the workplace pensions. So they just get put into funds that is allocated to them.
Yeah.
And we're pretty damn sure none of them will ever actually go and look at the performance of that fund,
Yeah.
or whether they should move to another fund or something like that. So they're free to do that. So that would be something that we would want to look at.
It's not something we generally do because we talk about fairly small numbers first of all, and the employee has to pay us. So they're not going to do it. So we generally don't. I'm happy to have a conversation. But it depends on the product. If you're going to say there's a quarter of a workplace pension scheme now, that's what I used to ask last time. There's one fund. There's no options or anything else. Or there's a required version. If there are other options, whoever you're with, if they've got a selection of funds, there'll be a portal and they can log into it and read up on this is the aggressive fund, this is the cautious fund, this is the lifestyle fund that'll be aggressive for the first 20 years and when you're fast through. Yeah.
But I think probably most people don't.
No. Yeah. But your job as the employer is when I'm investing with clients for a personal pension, it's how's the money invested, that's the most important thing. What's not important is this a valid pension, are they taking the compliance policies? That's just a given. But when you're doing that for your employees, you're going to make sure you're taking all the compliance policies and not going to get fined for doing it wrong. So for you, that's the important thing. But then you can do like a nice investment solution for the employees, great. But the priorities for the employer is very different when you're doing it for yourself.
Yeah, bouncing a little bit off what Toby was saying and forgot up there. But what I really like about those costs, it kind of always feels like a bit of a history lesson. You can follow it along and see sort of major global events in it, which in early February, that was assuming when the Iran war kicked
That's
off.
Iran, that's tariffs.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask. What
Yeah, that's tariffs, that's Russia, Ukraine, this trust is, I think that's this trust there.
Also, tariffs had a bigger effect, or tariff talk had a bigger effect than the Iran war.
Yeah, because he just created so much confusion.
Yeah.
Now we all know what a war is,
Yeah.
you know, but the tariffs, that was new.
And following on from the war part again to what Toby said, when that first kicked off, I sort of had a joking conversation with my dad because he does a bit of trading. And was saying, it seems like the obvious one for me. I just put money into get in. Does it work as simply as that in terms of major life? You know, defence companies can make a lot of money off that, or does the trading not work directly?
It does, but quite often, by the time we've thought about it,
Right, yeah.
the trainer's already done it.
Yeah.
So that's the big problem making those predictions.
Sort of mislead chunks sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just
Howard.
to say, oh sorry,
Yeah.
to say the Liz Truss is the where it goes the absolute lowest there. That's Liz Truss.
I think that's the stress
No,
there.
no, keep going back.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that bottom
yeah,
bottom
yeah,
bit,
yeah.
that's
Yeah.
Liz Truss. Sorry, don't remember that date at all. October 2022.
That was something.
Yeah. Sorry.
Howard, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Don't get comfortable. The referral and testimonials round, please. We'll start with the naughty corner as usual and work round.
Yeah, well, David, good to see you and thanks for making the application. Put it top, thank you. Put it away because of the future clients. Yeah, thank you for us. Thank you, monies, 3 ex-members and Scott.
Yeah, likewise. Excellent presentation, Hannah. It was very interesting to hear the launching round. Yeah, welcome, David. It's been great to meet you. I set up a little one-to-one with Steve for next week.
Thanks, Howard. That was really a great presentation. For me, work stuff was a bit. So I kind of hung that off to my husband and he just filled me with that. But it was really insightful. So thank you. Great Ed slot. Adrian, well done. And you managed to get the volume of the fans and everything. And welcome, David. And look forward to seeing everyone next week.
Great meeting as always, guys. So thank you for that. Really insightful bits, so really appreciate that. Thank you for Business Forum for sitting your feet in your complaints. Which I can't remember how much it was up to the end of fairness. So
About 7 months.
that's it. Right, okay, right. Yeah, but yeah, so have a great week. We'll see you guys. Thanks very much.
Aidan, I thought that was a really good essay. Actually, you put a lot of work into the blog, and as you say, sometimes it does just disappear into the air a bit, and we can do better at sharing it out. Yeah, it's really very appreciated. That was fantastic, mate. It's not sort of an area I don't really know that involved in or anything like that, but you do a fantastic job of explaining it and making it understandable, which is your job. Good. David, welcome to the group. And yeah, just a reminder to everyone to say, if you've got anything you've been thinking about and are looking at looking up, give me a chat the next couple of weeks, or if you'd like a one-to-one in that time as well, we must have a chat. So, thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Very nice presentation, Mark. Very interesting. I've got very close to being Sylvia this week because somebody was mentioning a move that needed a clearance and cleaning, and I thought, oh, I know somebody that I'll soon make the last week. So almost got there. We didn't get the result, but it was almost there. Excellent.
Oh, thanks for the 10 minutes help. I wish I knew you before we were advertised, but one day, 1 minute. Great, it's like, by the way, good to be reminded. And lovely that David's applied to join. You won't regret it, honestly, I've loved it. I have a referral to Aidan for potentially new premises, fingers crossed. Yeah. And I've also got a testimonial to Steve. Thank you so much for your help with insurance. Obviously, smashed the price. No, I've got the other quote I've got. And also I've got a testimonial to Terry. I'm going through like a proper stressful time, probably the most stressful time as a business owner at the moment. And Terry's like a rock, honestly. And I can't thank you enough, mate. Honestly. Thank you very much.
Great meeting, great inspiration. I need to get better at sharing it. I see the message come through and go, I'll do it later. And I need to get better at that. Great 10 minutes, Howard. Made it really interesting, thank you. And Mark and Dave, hopefully the membership committee accepts you. See you next week. Yeah. Probably could not guarantee it.
Well done, Howard. And if I wasn't with Clive, who you know very well, I'd be with you. Clive is good. think it's yours, yeah, so if anything happens to fly between them. Otherwise, got any problems, he receives the first hour. So, you know, that's a testament. He's been doing it a long time. He knows the perspective stuff. If against like, what I didn't mention, I forgot to mention, is if you do comment on the blog, share it, and then you get 8 points for sharing it. It's 8 points a week for sharing the blog, 32 points a month for a week. Yeah? Go on to the resource where you put your things with the money and all that. Share in there, social sharing, get 1 share, 40 points you shared, 8 points. Scott will top that up and you get 32 points for nothing. So do it for no brainer.
Yeah, interesting. What was the reshare, other people resharing the post? I get you 8 points each time.
Take it up the stock. Give you the basics. So that's all good. Testimonial, thank you for testimonial. I've got one for late known stories. Gave us some really good AI advice. Prepared for it really well. Gave us some literature to look at and work on. And me and Aidan now, we've dipped our toes into AI and it's really useful. We wouldn't have done it before, so we wouldn't have had the confidence of it. Well, Blake's given us the confidence to try it, and then so once you've got used to it, then I'll help you with the next level. So thank you very much, and it's appreciated because you don't know what you don't know, right? So, okay, get in touch with you soon on that. But, you know, make sure you're the right place. Going to 50 terms. Pick up.
Yes, I repeat what Terry said as far as our session with Blake was concerned. Very useful. I'd recommend it to all of you. Howard has the misfortune of having me as a client, but his operation is very, very slim. It comes through, there's things that you tick on the screen, I can do it all and get it back to him, and it's brilliant. So, so thanks Howard for all your help to date and all the help that you're going to have to give me in the next few weeks. Other than that, having told you all about the blog, having urged you all to get in, because Scott's ill, so is away on holiday, this week's blog might not be published until Monday. But bear it in mind, just do that sharing, get on there. You don't have to read it really, but I'd like you to because that's why I do it. But let's see if we can get it out there going forward. Thank you very much.
Amazing, excellent. Thanks, Aidan. Fantastic 10 minutes as always. Now, you mentioned Hargreaves Lansdowne, of course we wouldn't use. Did you know that Hargreaves Lansdowne are responsible for the current Formula 1 World Championship?
Yes.
Good thing. Yeah. He's going to tell the story, didn't he? Yeah, great meeting.
Really great meeting, great 10 minutes. I've got a testimonial for you, Howard. Howard looked after mine and the wife's pension, reinvested now, and he made it such a smooth process. Thank you, William. I've got a thank you and money for Stuart, the one that keeps giving. Driven through the barrier at Solent again.
White one.
Oh, white one.
And been 17 years from the learning.
I got a thank you to money for Blake.
White one.
Repetition.
As well. Yeah, that's a finance company in London. They only invest on mobile, so everything is so good. White one. And one for you.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Howard.
I'll talk to you about doing ones for us, like
Excellent.
what we can do, and
Yeah.
how we can word it, and obviously the average.
Yes.
And I'll see you next week. Hopefully.
That's a number of things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a really great effort. I read it and comment on it every week, but I never share it. And I've always told my children to share. I should do it. And I feel your pain about people not reading. I used to write a newsletter when I was in the sixth form every week, and it took me ages. And then you realise that nobody had read the bloody thing. It's so annoying. But I do read it and enjoy it very much. And yeah, that was a great presentation. You're so good at making it easy to understand. I'm like Sally, that I just leave it all to Tom, which is really bad. I said I wasn't going to do that after I split up with my first husband. I'm going to be in charge of this, and I'm not. I have to admit, I didn't understand Ava's question at all, but I totally understood your answer. So yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, thank you. I'm not here next week, I'll be on holiday. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, great presentation. really great to hear how you approach things and all the rest of it. Great Ed slot, and yes, I need to get better at sharing as well. So yeah, noted. Yeah, really great meeting as ever. Lovely to sort of speak and hear to everyone. I'm not here next week. I think it's Shannon next week, so you get a week off me. But I'll see everybody soon. Thank you very much.
It's really that space for me is quite understand with my best self. And great slot. I'm reading and commenting on the blog from time to time. I'll get over problems about this, and thank you for the money to Steve. And Dave, nice to be with you virtually, and get one to answer. Thank you, see you next week.
The next guest slot even, which is good, and the big lineup. And I've got a referral for Paul C. John's been good to be here. And another one for C.
Classic.
Cheers, Doug.
And just a testimonial support. The 2 Dans came around yesterday, they're kind of my place. So I don't know how you got the music, but well done. And last night we've got the brilliant.
Oh, are we all going to stay tonight?
Excellent. Well, I love that. And it will really help us pass your information on to other people and give us confidence in what we do. More. But you made a complicated and very interesting and tremendous. You loved it well. Aidan, thank you for the intro without the blog. That was very good. This is Terry, thank you for the money for a hamper order that I've going out to arriving tomorrow. And finally, Paul, I've got an idea. Okay, you know you do the showers in the Morden Muddy, and that's part of your sort of charitable community aspect.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder we could get a lot of publicity if you organise free aircon for everybody here.
That's
Madam LinkedIn.
Can I put that into the melting pot?
Oh, yeah, I'll consider it. Yeah, never say never.
Right. Now, come and
I'll ask first, does anyone know the answer to this? There are 2 possible answers, neither of which is 4 Bs.
Oh.
Do you have a map too?
No.
That's wrong.
There's 2 miles by something perhaps anyone gets. My one is on Toby.
Is it something to do with compounding?
No.
No, okay.
It's a quote from a sitcom.
Is it
Well known
wrong?
comedy.
You have a nice strong coffee.
That's wrong. Is it?
That's the second answer. It's a very small casserole.
Is it Blackadder?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's wrong. The other one?
Very small.
The irony of diabetic giving out chocolate's not the
Is it just another 2 beans?
No,
That's
sunbeams.
Sunbeams. Yeah. Oh, I need to watch it again.
Close to
Oh.
It's Toby, obviously.
Thanks.
I was sure you were going to get it.
Last bar cheesecake this weekend. Blackadder.
Howard,
Blackadder is Blackadder's great.
Yes.
Thanks.
Thanks. Yeah, I thought. Was that from Paul C?
Paul seems like that.
He's not a miles by hour.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Cheers.
Before I
Left wing again.
Before I will talk you through the end of the meeting, I failed to mention the meeting secretary's report, which of course Terry was already for, but I didn't mention it. Terry, go on, tell us what.
Yeah, it's really more for David benefit than anyone else. So I had a handful of referrals today, but over today £10,000 worth of business, but over the month, this month, the 5-week month, just under £60,000 worth of business between us and 36 referrals. I don't know how much that works out each referral, but really good month, so yeah, great, give it a go.
Yeah, thanks Terry. Apologies for I didn't realise that I was quite as much like my mother as it turns out I'm like, because I've made this to make you all feel guilty.
Oh.
Which is good. And unfortunately, as I say, this week it'll be late because Scott's away. But yes, thank you for just bear that all in mind. Let's see what we can get out there.
Okay.
Right, as usual, announcements please before I close the meeting. James.
Hello everybody, we've got a synergy meeting straight after. It'll be short and sharp, we do get points. And we're looking at how to deal with customers that haggle, they don't pay, they leave bad reviews, or they unnecessarily leave unwarranted complaints. Let's come up with some tips on handling that.
Thank you, Jane. Excellent. Right. Has anybody else got anything that they wish to refer to the meeting? In that case, it's beautifully sunny out there. I'll send you away, briefly stopping with Jane. I hope you all have an excellent week, and I look forward to seeing you all next week.